Alright, we're past the two initial fights we couldn't do anything with. Treasure chest 1 there. Actually, that's number 3. This is number 4. And we're able to avoid that guy over there. Now this fight is unavoidable. However, it is runnable. And that's what we're going to do. You can start those inputs while the battle is loading. And I can still get the treasure, which is a tavern helm. Another hammer guy here. He tries to do the jump scare, but he's very avoidable just by staying close to the cliff. Alright, this next section is a little bit tricky. So, we're going to do this in 2 parts. One is to get the treasure, the other is to avoid the enemies. I call this section Outlaws Are Us, personally. So there's number 1. There's number 2, and he's the one that's tricky, because we've already missed the trigger for 2 fights. If you come and get this treasure, you're going to get this fight. You can skip this treasure and skip that fight. But we're able to run away. Swing over here, get that. Now if I go up this ladder, I'm getting in 2 fights. Because I've already missed the timing. You know, gonna get this guy, unfortunately, too, as I'm walking back. Oh, they call it freelancers, not outlaws, but whatever. Alright, now let me attempt to show this off the right way. This is the speedrun strats for getting through here. So it mainly requires on just be constantly moving. Because as long as you get there fast enough, that's 2 fights skipped. That's all there is to that. So if you're willing to break that up into 2 phases, you won't get extra fights. Another treasure chest there. I came down too far, and I got a fight I shouldn't have. This one's avoidable just by staying up. So bad me. I panicked. Many of the hammers are unrunnable once you're in the fight, but most of them are avoidable. In fact, all but the very first one is avoidable. So back out and let's do this right. Just come across to the ladder is all you gotta do. Swing to the side to avoid another one. There's treasure. We avoided another encounter there. Now this is a really easy skip. Move to the right, move up, you're across. That skips a gauntlet of 3 encounters. And I got a Berserker, which is a very welcome sight. I'm gonna put that on Robo, because Ayla already has Cat Attack, and I might want to use that. I'm going to be a filthy cheater here and do a save state. This encounter, this can get you regardless of your level of experience. I come to the top of this, run straight across. Can't do it consistently, but it looks really easy when you do it right. Treasure 1. Treasure 2. Up. And we're back at the gauntlet skip. Really easy to skip those fights there. Up to the top, straight across. And I ended up running up into the hitbox of it, which is fine. We'll run away. But I did show how to skip this correctly. I think if you go up for this treasure, you're going to get in that fight, though. And I did want to get it. That's a good weapon for Glenn. But he's going to sit on the sides for now. horn. So that guy doesn't trigger at first. Come over to the side here by the mountains, and that's how you avoid another encounter. There is another encounter here. All you gotta do is thread the needle. You just run straight down to the bridge. And that is another encounter skip. So for most of these, the skips aren't anything complicated. The one at the top of the mountains waterfall, that's the second most complicated skip here. And I'm about to show the first if I can do it right. Actually, I'm going to reset because I don't want that tab, and I know that sounds weird. But I plan to do a separate video on the tabs. So it's better that the tabs be where they are so I can show it for that video. Another treasure chest. Another treasure chest. Now this is the most complicated skip on this mountain, and I'm going to go ahead and save to do it. Now the best setup I've found is run down here, and we want him on a walking down pattern, so I didn't get it. I went while he was up. We'll try it again. Try it again. No. I'm not an expert on what this skip looks like. I just go kind of an RNG path that usually works. He's just not giving me anything today. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and do this fight to clear him out because I want to move along with this. We're already not making for a very good video on how to do it. The most consistent setup I've ever found, though, is run down to the middle of the goblins, then move up the ladder, and over half the time he's out of the way. This will guarantee it, though, and if you trigger this fight yourself, it's both a pretty good experience fight, and you don't have to worry about the freelancer up there. Because now even if he knocks us down, which he's going to do, he gets out of the way. And we don't have to fight him. But he had to get his parting shot in. Alright, we're pretty healed. Time for 2 bosses. So I'm going to take the Berserker off because I don't want to have to deal 2 bosses with no control. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that for my setup. Boss 1 is the spot for Masa and Mune, which in vanilla they have 1,000 HP each. You only have to defeat 1. And they're gonna be replaced by Nizbal. Unfortunately, Nizbal 2 actually, and unfortunately we don't have lightning. But we do have a few big hits to get him with. I am not going to hit him with Marley and raise the defense. Stick with the big hits. And that's going to be good enough to get him. So the bosses generally keep their gimmick, but adjust their stats to the location, and that's what you're seeing with Nizbal 2 there. Now we're going to get the Masamune boss. And that's going to be Hekra. You see 3,600 HP for him. Not hitting you well today. Let's go save Marley's turn for now. See what kind of damage he puts out to who. Not bad so far. We'll go ahead and heal on that because Marley doesn't have a lot of HP. This is pretty straightforward. We just got to take down the boss and remember that it's Hekron, so he's got his counterattack phase that we have to watch out for. But we've got him over halfway down so far. Taking a big chunk out of his HP so far. It's a good idea to experiment with the techs and see what's going to work for you in any given spot. You might find something surprising. Okay, so he's in counterattack phase. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to wait him out. Very close. One more good shot's gonna do it. I don't think Marley's gonna be able to get it, but give it a try. And Ayla will get the kill shot. So there's our boss completed. Now one of the significance about this mountain is you actually are able to get 2 items as a result. We're going to get the immediate one, which would normally be the bent hilt of the Masamune in vanilla. Survey says Robo's ribbon. That is not the window I was looking for. So Robo's ribbon, we're going to check it off there. We got this from the mountains item spot 1. One more thing we have to pick up. Hop in the airship for a faster travel. And come see the old kid. This is where you'd normally get the hero medal. Can't get this till you complete the mountains. And that's the pendant. So, Robo's ribbon, it gives stats, and it has some extra bonus effects on Robo. A little outside what I'm going to cover right now. The pendant lets you go on trial in 1000 AD, and it unlocks access to 2300 AD.